Okay, so this worksheet actually contains a lot of different types of sequences in one. It's not an intro sheet, it's more like a summary sheet. If we look at the first one, if you just follow me for a moment so we can look at, compare these different types of sequences. What we do with the first one, this is what we call a linear sequence. The reason why it's linear is because the difference stays the same. It goes up by the same amount each time. If we were to draw a graph, we would see a straight line. That's where the word linear comes from. But the difference is 6 here, and it's also 6 here, and it's a 6 here. Now this difference here between numbers there. That's what we call the first difference. I'm just going to change my cursor. First difference. And if the first difference is constant, then this is a linear sequence. Okay, those ones are obviously easier to solve. Eventually you get, so let's have a look at this one. First difference is 4, 4, 4. So this one's also linear. Let's go along. Let's look at question 5. So it goes 4, 4, 4. This one's also linear. And question 8, it goes, let's look at this one. I'm going to use a different color pen because you've done yours in black. So this is 1, 2, 3. And you guessed correctly that the next one would obviously, the difference would be 4. And then it would be 5. Now this is not a constant first difference. So it's not linear. Not a linear equation. It does have a constant second difference. The second difference would be these ones: 1, 1, 1, and 1. So if the second difference is constant, so second difference, and they've obviously done a very basic second difference. If the second difference is constant, we have a quadratic sequence. Okay, this is called a quadratic sequence. Have you looked at quadratic formula yet? Not sure? Well, basically, the quadratics, we won't bother looking at why this is called a quadratic sequence then, because if you did quadratics, then it would make it a bit easier. But for now, we'll just say if the second difference is constant, but the first difference isn't constant, it's a quadratic sequence. And then we have geometric sequences, and that's when you multiply, you multiply the previous number by a certain number, and that's going to come up later on. But yeah. So let's just stop that video. This is just looking at differences, okay? So I'll make that video now.